This your boy E.Wilson. JTC Exchange is on the move right here, Seguin, Texas. Sweet Home Baptist Church. Home, sweet home. Yes, we are here right now with the great Reverend Dr. V.E. Jennings, senior pastor right here. Rev, how you doing, my brother?
How you doing, man?
Good to see you, man. Good to see you, man. Listen, thank you for the word today. Pressing forward. Don't look back. Keep stretching. You know,
Amen.
Everything else other than what Christ, that we do for Christ, doesn't even matter. So we appreciate that word today. Celebrating 150 years Sweet Home Baptist Church. For those who may not know, give a little update on Sweet Home. 150 years now. How was Sweet Home, you know, some years ago, and now where do you see Sweet Home going?
And Sweet Home is awesome. When you got to look at it, like you're talking about 150 years. This is the second oldest congregation of church in this city. It is the oldest slave African American community in South Texas. This whole area was organized right down by a creek underneath an oak tree by former slaves, and they had a vision, and it's all was farmers. They were farmers and agricultural workers. And what they did was they just had a vision, and I shared that with them last night when we were in Acts chapter 2. Something that Peter stood up and said when they were asking about how it was that all these men could understand what God was saying, making manifest as the tongues were being spoken. And Peter stood up and said, "This is that," which was spoken by the prophet Joel. So I put it in their minds. I said, "This is that." While they were under the tree, I'm sure they had no idea that 150 years later we would still be celebrating the work and the legacy of our foreparents, who, of course, we know we're in South Texas, and of course they were under a lot of interposition and nullification, and that's what their life was just in the sweltering heat of injustice. But God prospered them, and they built this congregation, they built this church. 150 years later, it's still standing, and it has given birth to some of the greatest people that you ever want to meet. It's given birth to doctors, it's given birth to lawyers, educators, farmers. We have people now who used to drive the slave train. Now they own the farms. Amen. And they own, and we got one deacon here, he owns the equipment and he rents it out to all the other farmers. And of course, I'm sure we've probably mentioned it before, but if you haven't, you've heard it before. The late Dr. E.V. Hill, civil rights leader, great man of God, who had his doctor's degree in science and pastored the Zion Hill Church out in Los Angeles. And it's just a wonderful thing that he was born and raised in this atmosphere, right here on these grounds. His family on the farm right down the road, left out of here, graduated across the street in this school over here, and went out to Prairie View A&M with $1.83 in one pocket and a fistful of faith in the other pocket. And somebody gave him a scholarship, and he went on to do great things. And this was always at the forefront of his mind, and he spoke it every time he got on TBN or somewhere. He spoke about Sweet Home, and you know, for 150 years, you know, they've seen their share of tornadoes. They've seen their share of pastors come and go. They've seen members come and go, but they're still standing. Still standing. And that's why I always share, even if you notice here, in memory of Nettie Shepherd. I knew Sister Shepherd. She was just one awesome woman of God. She just loved the Lord, and so they have a remembrance of her. She's been sleeping now for probably about 15 years or so. But
still, you know, here.
Yeah, and so we have a lot of families. This is a great day because this is when they come home. They come from. We have people here today from Oklahoma. We have people from Houston. You know, we have
Fort Worth.
Fort Worth, Fort Worth.
And Louisiana.
Louisiana. So everybody comes in because there's no place like home, sweet home. So we're glad to have you down here as well. What a pleasant surprise. We just
snuck right up on you, right on you and the First Lady. Gotcha. Well, let me, since you said that, see, you all in the Sunday school lesson from this morning, because you just verbatim said the exact thing that I had brought to the attention of 150 years. And the fact that, and then he took it too, because he said how there's still life here, and I was sharing in Sunday school how there's still life here, and it's not about what happened, whoever came, whoever went, who stayed, who built it up, or who tried to take it down. The bottom line is, like Job, the bottom line is you're still here, there's still life here, there's still movement here, and God is still here, so the best is yet to come. So now, what I want you to do is, to somebody out there has $1.83. Tell them what they need to do with the other fists to match up, to supersede with faith for their vision, for their family, something they got going on. Somebody needs some hope out there to understand. Well, they're saying I only got $5 grand. You know, I've only got 10 grand. You know, I've only got 500. This man had $1.83 and some faith and made it happen. Encourage somebody, Pastor, out there today.
You know, I love this. Love to share this little example here. If you wear slacks, no matter what you wear, if you reach all the way down, no matter, I don't care how clean they are, if you reach all the way down into the very bottom, deep corner of your pocket, you know, you'll find this little lip balm. And you know what? Jesus said to his disciples that it's so small I got to just roll it up. You can't see it, but we see it. If I let it go, it might blow away. But you know, Jesus said if you have faith the size of a grain of mustard seed, you can speak to mountains and mountains will be removed. And so I encourage you, whatever your faith, whatever your visions are, whatever your dreams are, whatever you aspire to be and whatever you aspire to accomplish, remember that all the faith that you need is right here in the corner of your pocket. Amen. You just need a little bit of faith.
That was a good word right there. The Reverend done hit it again. Listen, faith of a mustard seed. It's all you need. Reverend, thank you so much for the word. Inside, we get ready to go get some physical word now. It's not going to match up with the word we just got. But listen, faith of a mustard seed, $1.83. That's going to be my new sermon, $1.83. You know what that means. Get the faith of a mustard seed. It don't matter if it's $1.83 or it's $5,000. God will quadruplize whatever you should give him. So this is E.Wilson right here. Sweet Home Baptist Church, Seguin, Texas. Reverend Dr. V.E. Jennings right here. Remember, if you're going to have a conversation, make it a good one. We out.